recording. And what we'll do first is to have the pledge. So if we could please stand and have the pledge, then a moment of silence. And Ray, you want to start us?
Pledge allegiance to the United States of America, to the republic
Public.
for which it stands, for one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all. Okay. Well, next item on the agenda is public participation, but I don't see any one from the public either in the waiting room or asked to be signed in. So we'll just move right on to the minutes. Motion to accept the minutes of February 10th, 2021. Can someone second that, please? All right,
I
Amy.
have an amendment, please.
Okay, Amy. Go ahead, Amy.
Okay, on page 1, agenda item number 4, remove seconded by Amy Fitopoulos. On the next page, it states it was seconded by Diane Clafe.
I can't comment on it because I haven't seen the minutes. I didn't receive them.
And the second correction is on page 2, agenda item number 5, paragraph 2. This is not capturing what I said correctly. Please state that my comment was, since the cricket pitch will bring people to town, I wanted confirmation visitors would be permitted to park at Cloudер Valley without getting a ticket, since non-residents have not been allowed to use some of our parks. So I want to make sure that's captured correctly, please.
Elaine, do you have those corrections from Amy?
The only question I have is, Amy, you just said that that you want to have without permit. So,
I wanted confirmation visitors would be permitted, allowed to
okay,
park at Clouder Valley.
visitors would be permitted was what you were making the point.
Well, yeah, and the point is, since it followed Dan Calhoun's comment that the cricket pitch would bring many people to town, my point was making sure that if people were coming to our town to visit this park or the cricket pitch, that that guests from out of town would be able to attend it and park there without getting ticketed.
Is that going to affect other parts? Are you going to open all the parks? or-
No,
Just
Elaine, just make the correction. It's going to be up to the mayor and the governor when everything
Okay,
gets
very good.
opened up.
Thank you. Yeah.
thank you.
Any other corrections or additions? All those in favor of accepting the minutes signify by saying aye or raising your hand.
With the amendment,
Aye.
Yes, as amended. Thank you,
Right.
Amy.
I'm going to abstain.
Okay. Then the next item on the agenda is a motion Park and Recreation is requesting a transfer of $34,000 from account number 104-50500-51001 to Park and Recreation personnel self-sustaining to account number 104-5055-53403 Parks and Recreation contractual self-sustaining to cover the costs of their contractual personnel. Can I have a second? And Diane seconds. I thought Dan Calhoun might be here to speak to this, but I know a little of it. Basically, what's happening in some of the people that are teaching were considered employees of the town, or part-time employees. And what the town has decided to do is make them independent contractors. So they're taking the money that would have been assigned to them as employees and then moving it over to the contractual line. Doesn't affect budgeting at all. It's just a matter of transferring money and the like. Diane,
I have a
you got
question, Walter.
Go ahead.
What was he about?
Okay. Parker Recreations pays people to give
No, I
classes,
understand that. What is the dollar amount?
34,000.
My sheet says 5,000.
You're in the old agenda. You're in the old agenda, not the revised agenda.
I didn't receive the revised one. Okay. So it's 34. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, the revised agenda was that was put in there in error instead of this one.
Right.
That's why we revised the agenda. That's just a transfer of $5,000 that we don't have to deal with.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on this motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next item is due business, and really got two topics here I want to update people on. As you know, the town council passed the budget. It is now, will be coming to us shortly. After the budget comes to us, we have to have a town hall. And we can't have the town hall until the budget is published in a newspaper. The newspaper wants at least 2 weeks notice so they could arrange getting it published and setting up their printing or whatever it is. So that's looking like we're going to have the publication in the paper on I believe it's going to be the 2nd of April. We were hoping to do it the 26th, but we don't have the time to get it all together to meet their 2-week window. So we're going to have it the 2nd. That means towards the end of the following week, like the 7th, 8th, or 9th, we're going to have the town hall. I'm assuming that's going to be a Zoom meeting of some sort like we did last year. And then if we can get it in on the 9th, at our next regular scheduled board meeting, we could then have our deliberations to approve it. It's the workout calendar was a meeting, but that's dependent on the charter dates and the days within the charter that we have to act on after we get the budget from the town council. So, and it's all depending on publication in the newspaper. So if we get it published on the 2nd, we'll try to have the following week, the town hall, and the following week, our regular scheduled meeting, and we can go from there.
Walter, this is Barb. Is it going to affect that publication date? Since the 2nd is Good Friday, that's typically a holiday for some entities.
As far as I know, no. I was talking with Olga, the controller. She's the one that coordinates this and has been doing that for a couple of years. And as far as she knows, the 2nd is a possible date to have it published in. So as far as I know, I'll double check with Olga, and if it changes things, then, our dates get moved around a little bit. Anybody else have any questions on what's coming to us from the budget so far? Go ahead, Diane.
I've heard conflicting reports, and I haven't had a chance to look at the YouTube video. I saw a posting that the town council had approved the budget without any changes, and I think there was one voted. I think it wasn't a unanimous. One person voted against it, and then I heard from someone else who is very, very in the know that she heard that they approved it with a $200,000 reduction in the
No.
Board of Ed budget.
No, that's misinformation on a number of fronts.
Okay.
The town council approved it as the Board of Education adopted it, so there was no changes.
Okay.
Who was it? I think Dave Lawson on the council wanted to amend that to increase it by $200,000.
Ah,
And that was defeated. And then subsequent to that amendment being defeated, the budget as adopted by the Board of Education was passed by the town council.
I understand. Thank you for clearing that up.
Okay, now, after we have our meeting and deliberations and make any changes in there, early part of next week, we're going to get, hopefully, we're going to get the total budget, town budget broken down into categories that we can make adjustments to. So we'll get those figures probably towards the middle of next week, hopefully by the middle of next week. So we could prepare for our own deliberations after the town hall. Just to review what happens, once we finish with our deliberations, it goes to the town to be voted on. If the town approves it, that's fine. We need to meet thereafter and set the mill rate. If it is voted down, then we have to meet and make adjustments to the total amount, either up or down, depending on how the advisory stuff goes on the voting. So basically, if the budget fails, we got to have a special meeting. We'll know that. And I think it's within 24 or 48 hours of the vote itself. So once we know the date of the vote, then that following evening, just keep it free in case we need to have that special meeting. And hopefully that it does it as far as the budget is concerned. Go ahead, Amy.
I have a question. Have you heard any update on whether we'll be permitted to gather for referendum? I know there had been some discussion about whether that would be feasible this year.
I haven't heard anything about what's going to happen, whether it's going to be the same thing as last year. The town council just decides it, or whether there's actually going to be a vote. I haven't heard anything one way or the other on that. I'm going to guess here, hypothesize, since we did have in-person voting last November in the presidential election and the like, I don't see why we're not going to have in-person voting for that. And and again, I'm saying I'm just hypothesizing here on that. Any other questions on that? Okay, got one other topic, and this is just to think about. It's going to be probably not until September that it would be feasible to do, if that at all. One of the things I was talking with Greg about is, you know how he always reports to us the financial conditions, the state that the town is and stuff like that. He's always more than a month behind because of the timing of our meeting. We're always in the second week. And he's usually doesn't have that all finished until the third week. That's when he presents it to the council. And I was wondering if either starting in September or next year, you would think about moving the date from the second Wednesday to the third Wednesday, if the rooms are available. If we have a Zoom meeting, it doesn't matter. If we're still in Zoom, it doesn't matter. But I have to see if the E. Paul Martin room is available in case we're back having public coming in and this, that, and the other thing. That's essentially, just think about that. If we can't do it in September, we could, because of logistics of the room availability, then I would think about next year moving it to the third week. You guys think about it. You got plenty of time to think about it, but I just wanted to give you a heads up now, because April, May, June can sometimes get hectic here, and I just wanted you to, I just didn't want to spring that in September or something along those lines on you guys. I see we have a member of the public came in. I'm going to ask her to unmute herself. Carrie Engel.
Yes, hello. I am a
Yes.
reporter from the News Times, and if I'm not allowed to be here, I can hop out, but
No, you're more than welcome to be here.
all right, well,
And actually, you came in late. Tonight's a really short meeting.
okay.
And there's not much to discuss, Carrie. If you want to talk to me or give me a call after the meeting, I'll give you my cell, and I could just update you on what happened.
Okay, that would be
Sure.
great.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
And my cell number is 203-788-0309.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Now, does anybody else have any new business or questions about anything that I talked about? Go ahead, Amy.
I have a question. Who's responsible for posting the recordings of the Zoom meetings on the YouTube channel? Is that something that's handled in the mayor's office?
Yes, or IT. I'm not sure which. I'm not sure they're posting all the recordings to the public.
That's
because
why
of the
I'm
minute.
asking.
Yeah,
Because I've
I don't
noticed-
know the answer to that. And I
Okay.
don't know
I've-
the contract that we have with Zoom, on what level we bought and the like. So I'll follow
Okay,
up
I'm
with the
just-
mayor's office.
That's great. I'm just concerned because some meetings that are regular Board of Finance scheduled meetings are there and some are not. So for example, the meeting from February 10th was not there, but meetings prior to and after were. And I think it's important for transparency that all the meetings be posted.
Oh, I agree with you. I have no problem. If any of them going to be posted, they all should be. No argument there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else have any new business or anything? Okay, if not, then I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
We have a second.
From Barb.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you, everybody, and I'll see you in
Bye,
a month,
everyone.
hopefully. Stay safe. Get vaccinated if you
Have a good
can.
night. Thank
Okay, Have
you.
a good night.
You too.
Get my vaccine
Bye-bye.
on Saturday. Very excited.
Good. Okay, I'm going to end it now. Ending meeting for all.